And also unmuted, live and unmuted. Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome. Today we will hopefully finish the Psycho Gundam Mark II, which we've been building since I think the second week of this month. It's been a long, fun build, but I think we will finally be reaching the end of it today. 2, 1. Okay, so. And off stream, I did what I said I would, and that is fill these parts in black. And now we can put on the Vernair covers and then the Vernairs. For once, we're actually going to pay attention. The Queen, yeah, I saw the Queen Mons on the Discord. Ooh. It looks very nice. It looks, oh god. It looks very nice, and if I had a, what is it? Let me see here real quick. If I had like airbrushes and whatnot, I'd probably get it. I don't know if I would get it because I don't have a means to really paint it in any good way, but I still kind of want to get it even though I can't really paint it. Ooh. It looks really nice. Ooh. However, of course, I have to be greedy and go like, why isn't it a 1/100 scale? Even though a 1/100 scale Queen Monza would be it would be cartoonishly big. I think a 1/100 scale would probably be as big as like a perfect grade at that point. Ooh. Wait, no. This is as big as a perfect grade. Oh my god, it'd be bigger than, it would be way bigger than a perfect grade. Because as we discovered when we built the Psycho Gundam, this guy, he's like a few centimeters, like 1 or 2 centimeters shorter than a perfect grade Gundam. The Psycho Gundam Mark I, and presumably this one as well, because they're the same height. Yeah, I also saw the Monkey Roadie, which is apparently finally out. Which I'm also hyped about because I love the Monkey Roadie. It's such a fun design. You have arrived. Welcome, Opus. Welcome, welcome. We're just talking about Gunpla on a Gunpla stream. I know, a rare occasion. Ooh. Oh yeah. Also, I hope you guys saw the new short. I should have linked that in. I should have linked that. It's on the Discord if you haven't seen it. The new short. Okay. The new short, I was really, surprised by how well it did in all honesty, but it's doing pretty well right now. It's very, like, last minute rushed is why I'm a little surprised. Oh, speaking about that, like, you're saying you're dealing with, like, a trouble with, your kit, but I don't know where it is. I misplaced the gun, the firing, like the trigger hand for my Pink Panther, and I can't take pictures of it until I find the trigger hand. Ooh. But I did actually apply all of the set. Ooh. I did apply the. Oh no, it's one of those really quiet songs. That's why I was like, why can't I hear anything? Oh, the Mark setter though that you guys recommended, and it's working pretty good. Ooh, I kind of over applied it the first time because I didn't know what I was doing though. Like a little bit of a doofus. Okay. Now once that's the story of this entire stream channel. The moment you give up hope is the moment we succeed. That's like almost every boss in Devil May Cry 3. We just be like, okay, you know what? We're just not beating him tonight. Then we beat him like that run, and we're just like, and I just sit there. I sit there not even happy. I just sit there stewing in my own hatred. I'm just like, yeah, I guess I just have to continue stream now because we actually beat the boss. Never promise to play a game in full because somebody can't do it themselves, chat. Greatest mistake of my career. Sometimes you do need to threaten it. Sometimes you just need to threaten inanimate objects, and then they realize who's in charge. It's weird, but it's true. Ooh, it sounds like schizo stuff, but it keeps happening. But for those of you who have not checked out the short yet, it's a short from Sucker for Love. Yes, I know that was very long ago, but I'm getting to old. Like I've just not been able to get to old clips. But it's for Sucker for Love, and it's the one where like we just yell at the cat mommy about how we believe in God and how she cannot sway us from our belief in God. Ooh. I'm kind of surprised I didn't make the, you know, I have God and anime on my side, but I think I didn't make that joke because I made it in an earlier stream. Tomorrow, actually, I know what I want to release tomorrow, and I hope it also does well. It's the Claire Obscure Why Are They Black one, where they all get what is it? I think it's called like inverse on them or whatever, where like it makes them into like photo negatives. So it makes all the characters like have like white hair and black skin. And I just stopped in the middle of playing and just went like, why are they black? why are all my French characters just like darker than Flavor Flav? Ooh. But there we go. God, Claire Obscure is such a good game. Oh, darn it. I forgot to paint. Okay, hold up. I need to fill this in for symmetry. I think Claire Obscure is probably the best game I've played on stream full stop, in all honesty. Like I said, it's the best game of this year, but really, I can't really think of anything else I've played on stream that I could even compare. I'm just gonna be a little bit liberal here to get this done quickly. Then I'll apply another coat later. I did that wrong. You should never go against your brush strokes. I don't have a paper towel, so like before streaming right now, I'm just using my shirt to clean off my brushes. Ooh. It's one of my favorite things to do when you just get into the like mood for like painting or drawing or what have you, and you're just like, I don't want to get out the gear. You just clean yourself off with your clothes. I had a pair of jeans that had handprints on them, like that had like from clay working, and it just had like clay handprints like encrusted onto the jeans for like I think a whole like year and a half. Like I'd throw it through the dryer and it'd come out and it'd still just have clay handprints on it. Ooh. Clay and sculpture is really fun. It's just that the resources are not as forgiving. Well, they are forgiving, it's just that it's pretty much always expensive. You probably a pound of good clay gonna cost you an arm and a leg. Which is why you get kneaded erasers, because kneaded erasers are like those soft like gray erasers that you can just like knead in your hand and like reshape into things. And those are really fun. They're really good for tactile, but they're also good if you're a little artistic. Or a little autistic. Let's see here, B? No, that's M. Oh my god. I'm so happy that's the first note for the topic. So let me check this real quick. That's A. E. Those the funnels? Okay, is this sprue? Yeah, that sprue is empty. That sprue is empty. Do we get to throw that away? Awesome. By which I mean toss it, just in case it's not empty. Okay. B. But okay. Now that I found that, I can talk about what's on my notes. The first note I have for today is a piece of comedic ASMR I thought of. And it's this forklift operator, but the catch is he's just trying to lift a really heavy woman. And so, like, all the note reads is forklift operator, and then, oh damn, you're one heavy bitch. Like, that's all the note is. Ooh. God, that would be pretty horrifying to release an ASMR. Let's see here. Posted the pic in Discord. Forgot the Zaku doesn't have a double joints on the arm. Ooh, so you mean a double bend at the elbow? Do you mean that? Ooh. Actually, do you have a double bend at the elbow? Yeah, you have a double bend at the elbow. Ooh. Which is why his arm can go up so high. But you mean he doesn't have like this dot dot? He doesn't have that double. Okay. I don't know why, but that just made, I don't know why that made me think that. Because it's the thing I'm working on, Merrick. It's simple. I'm gonna look at that. Ooh. But yeah, some of the older things can be a little bit awkward. What the hell happened to his legs, my dude? What happened to his legs? Guys, where did the legs go? Yeah, oh god, he looks a little awkward because he lost his main force of mobility. B6. Why am I having a hard time seeing this? Ah, there it is. It's a little tiny piece. Then B5. And then K. Lore accurate. Oh, fuck. I don't think you're entirely wrong there. I haven't seen Thunderbolt in a while, though. Lore accurate to the pilot, but if that was the case, he also shouldn't have arms. God, I like how Thunderbolt has a really neat concept of like cyborg pilots. And really outside of Iron-Blooded Orphans, I can't think of like that also being done much of even in the AU much. However, like by that I mean is like somebody having their, when I say cyborg pilots, I mean, does mean somebody who has like cybernetics that allow them to directly plug into the mobile suit. Ooh. Oh, this is even the right piece, Merrick. You cut off the wrong piece, you fool! I like how the titular song of Halo is called Halo. That's good shit. That's good. That's peak. The discourse around the Halo remake is so annoying because like there are things to be like annoyed by or like concerned about. Like most of it's like it's an early game, it's an early thing. So one thing is like the Forerunner structures aren't weathered at all. They're all really pristine and clean. But if you've seen 343's more recent work, you know they make Forerunner structures older. It's just that the game looks really shiny at this point because it's really not early, but it's like visually early in development effectively. Ooh. Then final release, I would genuinely be surprised if it was like still, if like the Forerunner structures were still that clean. Jamie. But some like there are like legitimate complaints, like the fact that like they ported like the Needler is just taken from Halo 5, so it's not anything new, and it's actually technically anachronistic to like the type of Needler that should be in the game. And it's like that's a good complaint, but then other people are like, oh, the tires on the Warthog are sci-fi tires, and it's just like, okay, well, like the Warthog has had airless tires for a long time. Like that's just, nah, I see what I did wrong. But the Warthog has had airless tires for like a long time. Like, what's your problem? It's like, well, they look weird to me. It's like, oh, that's really petty. Ooh. But like somebody else would be like, oh, hey, you shouldn't be able to take the warthog up to the hunters on Silent Cartographer, because the whole point of like the trees blocking your path is so that you have to fight them on foot. And it's like, that's a very good point. They changed an aspect of the game design, and it's like, is that like justified? But then somebody else will pipe up and be like, there's not enough blood in the game, and then people have to be like, no, actually this is the bloodiest Halo we've had in like decades. And it's just like every time there's a legitimate complaint, somebody just pipes up and says something incredibly petty. Ooh. See for yourself? Let's see here. That is it just the polycap polycaps are hard to fix is the problem? Yeah, it's just the polycap is loose, it looks like. Could you hook your brain to a mobile suit? I mean, they do that in Iron-Blooded Orphans. Technically, that's what the Vilea Manana system is. Ooh, so, like, at least in Iron-Blooded Orphans, absolutely, you could hook your brain up to... There's a guy who becomes a Dreadnought, like in 40K, where, like, his body isn't operable, and they just put him into a Gundam. Or into a mobile suit, rather. I don't think it's a Gundam. They just throw him into a mobile suit, and he's just a glorified, like... He's just a Dreadnought. But of course, Iron-Blooded Orphans is an AU. Here's K. I have another K, please. I have an idea. Hold on, let me find something. I have an idea for, like... I really like doing, like, visual novels and reading streams, but they're very slow. But my idea is, like, to get away with them more often is having a rotating, like, catalog of guests. So I'm not the only one reading them. And I think that would be, like, really nice. Also, it makes it so that I can always continue it. I don't have to wait for the person to be free again. So if it's just the normal thing where I just rotate through people for the visual novels, it also can make the visual novels go a lot quicker. Because we still have Andy and Lele and Doki Doki Literature Club. But... Oh, thank you, Ada, for the raid. We were just talking about... Hello, I'm Merrick Vesper. I build stuff sometimes, and usually I get distracted with tangents. How's it going? Right now, I'm a little chibi dude. Thank you, thank you. But we were talking about how an idea for collabs, for reading collabs, but visual novel collabs of having guests be extra voices on, but then rotating through the guests so we can get through them more quickly. Because we have Andy and Lele and Doki Doki Literature Club with Power Lines and Area Lulu, but neither of them are free, so we just haven't been able to continue those. Here it is. And we were just found the other one. But thank you very much for the raid. Also, you raided me on the Twitch. Thank you. Thank you, Ada. I hope you, Ada's audience, enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoyed her model debut, with her being a her new Hans model. Ooh, you're saving for the upscaled Murasai. Is that upscaled Murasai a first or third party case? I have an old Murasai. I have a 1/44 scale Murasai that I'm looking to build, but I'd be interested in an upscaled one, I'll admit. Hello, Mesotrast. Welcome. Gray's Ein or something, right? One with the literal brain. I don't remember what it's exactly called, but it probably was a Gray's. It was probably a modified Gray's. You're probably right about that one. Ooh. Yeah, but it's literally just they just went full 40k and just went just like, well, his body don't work no more, but we could just like Vilea Manana hook him up into the mobile suit. I ain't got no head. I'm holding my head. It's right in my hand. Look at it. Look at my head ain't little. My head very big today. Proportionally, my head is not normally this big. I was just kind of lazy and didn't want to change out my model before stream, so I just kept with the Chibi. Tomorrow I really need to go back to the normal one. Very cute. Thank you, Etta. I've not been able to use this model in a while as well, so that's also why I've just been sticking with it. Okay. I did it. And then B12. Question, can we call Psycho Zaku too? I keep calling the Psycho Gundam the Psycho Zaku like a moron. I've done that like probably half a dozen times during this whole thing. From Thunderbolt Semi-Dreadnought as it's... The thing is, he can live outside of the mobile suit. He's he's crippled, and he has to have like little peg legs and peg arms, but he can still live outside the suit. You can't live outside of the Dreadnought. Like, you have to be like entombed in it. That's why like the piloting station for a Dreadnought's called a sarcophagus, because they are stuck in there for eternity. Ooh. Hold up, a minute. My lower back has been killing me recently. Ooh. And driving like several hours over this weekend with bad posture did not help at all. Okay, so... So... Wait. How do I know which one is up and which one is down? Okay, and then this goes here. Ah. Let me get back to topics. I should make that forklift ASMR video. I don't think anybody's gonna listen to it, but I think it'd be fun. Okay. And then I lost the piece that I was working on. You are not the piece. Oh crap. Oh no. Oh no, it's bad. Where are Also, Etta, if you're still here, what were you doing on your stream? Ooh. Because actually I'm sorry to say that I didn't even catch you streaming because I just was so busy today. I wasn't even able to make I was supposed to start a commission for my rebrand today with Atya, and I just wasn't able to even do that. I wasn't even able to put in a commission order. Ooh. Actually, that's on a similar topic. I'm trying to commission... Oh, this is the right piece. I'm just stupid. I was holding it wrong. Oh! Okay. But I wasn't even able to order a Oh, karaoke. I'm doing karaoke on Thursday, actually. If you have any song recommendations, I would appreciate it. You ever do a Eureka 7 kit? I've not done a Eureka 7 kit, but I did watch it when it was coming out on almost at Adult. Wait, was it on Adult Swim? Or was that a Toonami show? Was that a after 12 o'clock Saturday night Adult Swim? Oh, I can't remember actually if that was an Adult Swim or Toonami show. It's been so long. But I do remember I watched it when it came out. Sadly, I don't remember like which one it was though. But no, I've not done a Eureka. It's Eureka, but I can't remember if they say Eureka or Eureka in the show. I have not done a Eureka 7 kit, but I did like how they all like were on like flying surfboards. That was pretty killer. Cowabunga, my dude. Ooh. I have a new Gundam series idea where reboot G Savior, but make it an AU and make the new story about... Ooh, actually that... Adult Swim. Okay. Thing is, it also gets confusing because like Toonami came back and just became the anime section for Adult Swim, so like that also... I know it was before that, But it also just makes it a little bit more confusing even thinking of that. And then this goes here. It feels like something's supposed to be in here, but the instructions are telling me no. Ooh. Make the new story about you just trailed off. Ooh. Oh, damn, I can't wait. I'm not going to be able to watch those Edda songs because it's a karaoke. Oh my god. I can't watch Edda's songs. Oh, because it's a karaoke, so that's just deleted now. Damn it. Darn it, I mean. Also, I realized today because the short today had religious overtones to it, I want to say undertones, but we literally say like Jesus is my homie during it. But 16. But I realize I have not been like, I've probably been taking the Lord's name in vain on stream a lot, but I've not been doing rosaries. Like, I was like, oh, wait a minute, it made me realize I haven't been doing rosaries, and I was like, have I not been taking the Lord's name in vain? And I'm like, nah, I've definitely been doing that. But, oh my goodness. I feel like most of my songs for mine are just gonna be goofy songs. Damn it, it's Hungry Like the Wolf, not Hungry Like the Werewolf. Also, I'm gonna write down Werewolves of London just to make sure I got it down. Also, speaking of werewolves, I figured out why Powerlines, if you guys followed like the raid last week to Powerlines, he was like, oh, disgusting furries, which is understandable. But I was like, that's a very strong reaction to like even anime characters. And I realized why, it's because he's a vampire. Ooh. And vampires have a classic classic rivalry with werewolves. Ooh. Werewolves of London. You think I could get away with doing I could get away with singing Bad Moon Rising because it's like the titular, it's not the titular, but it is like the key song in Werewolf, in like American Werewolf in London. Bad Moon Rising. Ooh. And then, let's see here, B. That's H. Is H empty? It looks like H is empty, so we can just toss that. And it bounced back at me, of course it did. H. Wait a minute. 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 I am very afraid, I'm very concerned because this H has a piece in it, this one doesn't. That's concerning. I'm in trouble. Merrick, have you been a homie once again? No, it's O. It's not in the spare parts. Uh-oh. 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 Oh, no. Okay, it's not a symmetrical piece. It's this piece that goes right here. It's a piece that you're supposed to only have, you're only supposed to use one of. Oh my god, my heart was a little racing. Ooh, there's one of your go-tos. Put this back. Bad Moon Rising sounds like an episode of a non-existent Gundam Moon anime. It does, but it'd be kind of funny if that song... That song I could hear in Thunderbolt and no other Gundam. But that's because Thunderbolt kind of already has that, like, unusual sound. It's not a jazz beat, but... I could at least hear it in Thunderbolt. And how we're like almost done, but I still have to dig through like each and every. I have to dig through each and every one of these darn. Oh my god. Okay, there's one. All of these screws. You B? Yes. Okay, I found the other B. You have Koom? Welcome, Gundam. Welcome, Gundam. Okay, well that sounds even worse, actually. I tried to make a Koom joke with your name, but it just sounds like condom. Ooh. Which is fitting, considering Koom. Well, whatever. Forklift. Ooh. Oh my good. Okay, wait. There's one crazy Gundam woman we have not talked about on stream yet, because she's kind of like, I forgot she existed, to be honest. And that is the random chick in Gundam Wing who's just like, because Relina's like, peace is good and war is bad, and so like they're like, well, we need a foil for like Relina because she's really uninteresting. So they just go like, okay. So like, because Relina's whole understanding of war is like really one-dimensional, we're just gonna make a one-dimensional like character who's just like, war is actually cool though. And that's all she is. She just, Relina's like, war is bad, and then this other chick is like, war is cool actually, and that's the depth of the argument between them. It's really funny. Ooh. She has like crazy eyebrows like Keaton from like Gurren Lagann. Ooh. It happens, it used to. I'm used to it. Ooh. No, not the Bikini Babes. We talked about like some. I haven't seen Victory Gundam yet, but we have touched upon like the women of Victory Gundam. I mean, look at the thumbnail, for goodness sake. But no. It's just that one random chick with the like really like with like the eyebrows like the Monarch from like Venture Bros, and her whole thing is just to be the opposite of Relina. And it's just like, war is cool actually, and it's just like, and that's all she is. She's just like, war is really cool. And it's just like, do you have a philosophy behind it? No. She's kind of like Chara when like Chara gets into mobile suits and is like, this is so hot right now. She's like that, but with war. But it's not very attractive because she's like also like a 14-year-old. So you're just like, why are you like into war this much? You're just a creepy little child. I hate you. You have a work in progress? Yeah. I didn't go do you? I went because I had something in my throat. Put in the work in progress of the Discord. Yeah, weird eyebrow. Dorothy. Oh my god. She looks like a Dorothy. Yeah. Yeah, we're talking about Wing right now. Ooh. Oh, also welcome, Fate. I don't know if that's Dorothy, so let me see. Dorothy Gundam? Yeah, Dorothy Wing Gundam. Dorothy Catalonia. Who the frick has a name? You can't just name a character a country. No, you can't just be like Catalonia. You can't just name a person a region. You can't just be like, oh, this is like John Fjord. Okay, that sounds like Ford. Maybe that's not like the worst example. You can't just be like, this is like Michael Kakazu. You can't just be like, this is Michael Kakazu. Ooh. This is Peter, Mississippi. You can't do that. That just sounds silly. But yeah, Dorothy. Ooh. Oh my god, her eyebrows are worse than I thought. Her eyebrows split in two halfway, and she just has two sets of eyebrows. Ooh. Oh, then put it in stream. Either put it in stream chat or in art, if it's a work in progress picture. Ooh. And I'll find it in whichever one you put it in. Ooh, you haven't started Gundam? Gundam's pretty good. The Gundam is a series where you can start anywhere. Like, some people are like, you have to start here. Start wherever makes you feel most comfortable. If you want to understand the AUs, because the AUs AUs always play on an element of the UC and just focus on that one concept, like, exclusively. So, like, Iron-Blooded Orphans is like a reversal deconstruction of the 1 Year War, for example. And you can enjoy Iron-Blooded Orphans without watching the 1 Year War. But if you watch the original series, like when you watch Iron-Blooded Orphans, you go, oh, this makes a lot more sense now. And that's pretty much what a lot of the AU is. The AU can be enjoyed on its own, but if you want wider perspective on like the themes they're playing with, it's all rooted in the UC. It's what makes her unique. It really is. Ooh. You think she hangs out with the Monarch from the Venture Bros? I hope so. And where? N1, this piece. I'm gonna have to check what just happened. Give me one moment. And I'll check it while I'll check that while I'm checking on this. Apologies for that. Dog was getting somewhere that he really shouldn't have. Kind of like funny though that like the reason Dorothy is so one-dimensional. Wait a second. I thought, okay, Discord, you're being really annoying. What? Fucking. Ooh. Where should I go? What the fuck is that? It's a doodle of me, but like, where the fuck is going? There's like an airlock. There's like, oh god damn, it's Alien Isolation. It's a fucking doodle of Alien Isolation. Ooh. Voted? Oh, thank you for voting. So I'm gonna be honest with you, across the polls right now, it's kind of the command type kind of is running away with it. Right now, the command type has twice as many votes as over twice as many votes as the next thing in the polls, and has more votes to like itself than everything else put together. However, I'm still excited to see what will be second place, because that's going to go on a different poll, because there's a poll for things that are runner-ups. Yeti. I'm gonna be honestly like, if it loses at this point, it'll be like one of the biggest upsets I've ever seen. Because I don't think I've ever seen something like this much in the lead after the weekend lose. Ooh. Like, it's almost happened before with, I think, the Zazabi, where the Red Gundam almost beat it. But it, okay, actually, wait, no, the Zazabi did beat the Red Gundam, actually, this way. One time the Red Gundam took the lead, the amazing Red Gundam. And the Zazabi beat it, actually. It has happened once before, but I don't think it's gonna happen here. Knock on wood. I hope this is wood and not fiberglass. It's German, so maybe it is wood. I have one rule with anime. You have to buy it in physical form. That's gonna be a little difficult in Gundam. Gundam does not like Gundam. The only thing that they hate reprinting more than rare models seems to be their frickin' shows. I wanted to get Iron-Blooded Orphans, and like, you can get Iron-Blooded Orphans season 1, but when I looked for season 2, it was like, what's that? And I was like, it's the other half of the show. And it's like, never heard of it. Ooh, it can be a little hard to get physical copies. You might have to suck it up at that point. Actually, a show that I can guarantee that you can't find a physical copy to. It's not a Gundam, but if it was Planets, which is just planet, but just ES at the end, that show, I don't think there's like no physical copies past in VHS, for example. Oh, which is a shame because it's a really good classic anime. But I do respect that. I also tried my best to get physical copies of stuff. It's not that good. It's a fine little doodle. Ooh. I recognized me immediately. Like the rest of it, like I was putting together, but then I saw the tail and I was like, that looks like a, actually I thought it looked like a facehugger tail because I was watching a facehugger video before stream. Ooh, like a video about the development of the facehugger. So I was like, that looks like the facehugger tail. And then I just saw the little chrome dome and I was like, oh, that's a freaking alien. And then I was like, if that's the alien, that's a Siegson robot. Oh my God. You put my nightmares in the stream talk. So incoming Hygog Psychozaku is safe, for now at least. I want the monkey roadie. I know I mentioned it earlier in stream, but I want that monkey roadie so bad. It's such a fun little design. I think you guys were saying, like, I don't know if it's you guys last stream, somebody might have said this, but I've definitely seen it around where people are just like, it's a Zagok. It's just a space Zagok, and it's like, it really is, and it looks good because, and it looks damn good for it. Ooh. Let's see here. M. Okay, I know where M is. I'm really hoping, I'm gonna be going to the city this weekend again, and I'm hoping it'll be in stock, but that's very unlikely. But the place I'm going has really good turnaround. Like, I've never seen a place that has as quick turnaround for having, like, Gunpla in stock as this place. It's insane, and whenever I go there, I keep thinking, like, I need to recommend this to people, but then I'm like, no, nobody's ever going to this random place in the Midwest. Also, it'd be kind of like, ooh. Also, I don't think I can be like saying like, this is where I get a lot of my Gunpla from. I feel like that's a bad idea. Ooh. Older Gundam show got physical media. It's just newer shows probably doesn't have. They have physical media, but like they go out of print and then they just don't reprint them. That's like a problem with a lot of modern shows. They actually do still make DVDs and Blu-rays for like modern shows. But the problem is, this is really annoying, there we go, is the fact that they don't reprint them. So if you don't get it when it's first like released, you're just boned. If you can't see it, but on top of the door it says here dumbass. Nah, I'm gonna get lost. What pisses me off is this in part 3, I think it was. No, part 2. In part 2, we got lost and had to backtrack so much. And then in part 4, the game literally just starts telling me to backtrack. It's so insulting. It feels like it just like, even though I know this isn't how things work, but like, it feels like the game was like, oh, you're gonna be going back. You're already used to going back and forth, you dumbass. Just like, do it again. There is so much backtracking though in like those levels we played last Friday. See here? And it just, it was killing me to a certain point where it just be like, go here, and then it just go, okay, now go all the way back from whence you came, and I'm like, holy crap, I didn't know I was playing Halo CE. Ooh. I actually made that comparison on stream, just how in Halo CE, once you get to the halfway point of the game literally just turns around and goes like, now do everything backwards again. One of the most celebrated games of all time. Half the game is just the same game in a different direction. And it's actually pretty fun. They changed just enough where you're not like, this is stupid. F. Okay. Here it is. Dumbass. You see, there was directions on the door. That's why I didn't read it. Oh, 30 minutes of finding the right door. Dude, fucking... Thing is, that was... Okay, wait, that is true for, like, the one... When we were in the gallery. When we were in the gallery, I was so pissed, because I am convinced I ran up to the door that we were supposed to go to, and it just didn't open. And when I reloaded, it did open. There's some... I don't know what's a glitch in that game, and what's the game just trolling me. Like, when we went into the server room... And then, like, the alien just ran right by me. I still don't know why that happened. But, like, we do the server room, and then we're sneaking out, and then the alien just goes, Arr! It just runs right, like, and I'm just like, oh god, and then it just runs right by me, like, it bumps into me, it's like, sorry, and keeps running forward into the next room, and I'm like, okay, so it was scripted to go in there? Regardless of what I did, which is just so weird. Let's see here. Ah, there's 11. God, last week's stream inspired me to make a compilation of all the times I die by the alien in that game. God, also last Friday is when when we literally walk 2 feet in front of the alien. It looks at us, and then we just go look at it, and it just like. God, it just looks at us, it stares at us, and then it just turns and walks away, and it's just like, what is going on in this game? But then the second half of that stream, the alien killed us 6 times. It was trolling us. It was like, okay, you think you're safe, you're not. And a quarter of that second half of the stream, the alien wasn't even in it. But the here dumbass though was the end of I think the part 2 stream. No wait, no, maybe it was the part, whatever. It was the end of the stream. It was actually the end of the first stream, I think, where I was like, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to progress, and there's just a wall safe that's just like, here's the code to progress, and I'm like, I don't know what to do, guys, so I'm gonna end stream for now. And it's just, I watched Tenma like the next day, and it's just like, it's the wall safe right there, and I'm like, I thought that was just a display piece. I didn't realize that you could get into that. I died by the alien like 2 or 3 times at the end of that stream just because I didn't know what to do. Oh my god, wait, also when you're in free fall when you jettison the science lab and you're in free fall with the alien, that part annoyed me because the alien just like, he effectively just camps the way you get out. He just camps that area and you just have to wait for him to like leave. But then when he leaves, he just he goes into the rafters and then just teleports like 20 feet away and immediately comes back down to the rafters on the other side of the room. And he just kept doing that. He just walk around, go up, and I'd be like, okay. And then I see, bam, and he just lands down back where we are. And I'm like, okay, hold up, I need to wait a little bit longer. I'm waiting. I hear him, jump up like he's going for like, a slam dunk. And I'm like, okay, he's out. I open up the vent, bam, lands on the ground again. Oh my god, it just... Oh lord. And when we did press it, and I was like, don't worry, I have a flamethrower, and he just walked through the flamethrower and grabbed me, and I'm like, okay. Oh my god, wait, actually that wasn't the worst one. The worst one was when I experimented with the game, and there's just a section where it just has unkillable enemies. Like, it's like, oh hey, hand over, it's like, hand over all your weapons, and I'm like, okay. But little do they know, as Uncle Ted intended, I still had pipe bombs. And I was like, haha! Like, I'll take you out, androids. And I throw the pipe bombs and nothing happens and they strangle me to death. And I'm like, well, okay, wait. Surely I'm horrible at aiming. I just missed them, even though they were like right in front of me and I hit them at their feet. Surely I messed up. So I go through it again. I line up the shot and I throw it at another like android and it just goes through him like it was never like you can watch it in slow motion. You just see it go through his torso, hit the wall right behind him, explode, and he's just like, yeah, I'm not affected at all. And so it's like, oh my god. That was the most annoyed I was that entire stream. I was thinking what game I should play today. Ooh. Fucking. Ooh. Yeah, he's been playing Gihren's Greed for the longest. He makes it look like a damn good game. Because it probably is a damn good game. It looks like it has a lot of replayability. Oh, okay, so... Okay, hold up. I think there's like something... No, there's nothing in there. So why aren't you plugging in, my little dude? Oh, okay. It's a little bit out of alignment. I think I have to do this off stream a little. Okay, so... There we go. Okay, that's a little harder to do. But I like the doodle. I like the doodle. The best thing about Gundam Wing is definitely the movie. Because the movie's whole point is to be like, okay, we had a lot of half-baked philosophy in this. And we're gonna actually try to cook it a little more. Wu Fei kind of had no real, like... He had nothing really going on with him, and we're gonna actually give him, like, a character arc. And it's like, oh my god, Wu Fei has a character arc? Amazing. Troa is still going to be the best thing ever, and, like, the greatest pilot, possibly in all of the, like, the Gundam multiverse. Okay, sounds good. Quatra is still going to be, like, the worst Char clone of all time. People go after Glemmy. Quatra is worse. Quatra is literally, hey, what if Char had a loving family and was well adjusted? And it's like, well, he'd be really boring. And it's like, yeah, that's Quatra. What would Quattro be without the Vagina? Then he'd just be a dude named Quattro. Mm-hmm. Exactly. You got, oh, nice, you got quests. I don't even think they do anything with like I'm like, oh yeah, they improve things, like they improve Relina. They even improve Dorothy. Dorothy has a very small part in Endless Waltz, but even she's improved. I don't know if Quatra does anything that I'm like, yeah, that was meaningful. Even in the movie, surely he does. Doesn't Quatra destroy a colony? Because he's the first one to have, like, the Wing Zero, and I think he blows up a colony. Troa, like a real hero, he gets the Wing Zero. He has the, like, Zero system. And everyone else, like, loses themselves to the Zero system because it's just too much to handle. Meanwhile, Troa's just like, oh, this is really intense. Uh-oh, I might shoot a colony. Shoots into space instead. And so it's like, Troa, why are you so OP? And it's just like, because I'm a supporting character, so I'm allowed to be, and it's like, fair enough. But I wonder if there's any other crazy Gundam women we haven't addressed that I'm aware of. There's another crazy Gundam woman we haven't addressed. I haven't watched it in so long, but I know this character's crazy, and to some extent. The, like, commissar who's in charge, who's, like, the prison guard for the Russian pilot, for the Neo-Russia pilot of, like, of G-Fighter. Ooh. You know she's boning that, like, Russian dude. You know they're boning off screen. That woman's not even in uniform. That's just her kink apparel. She's just like, yeah, I really get off dressing like a commissar. Ooh. 4? Does she also have glasses? There's plenty of glass. I can't keep track of all the glasses. 100%. Yeah, everyone. Oh god. Sadly, I haven't seen G Fighter in so long. I can't really like comment past that about her. I feel like I forget her name, but the female Garma from Wing is like low-key crazy. She ain't these high-strung crazy like the other women we're talking about, but like she's chasing after Zex, and it's just like, girl, why you chasing after Zex? Like, he ain't worth it. Oh, okay, this is the wrong piece, so she just randomly appears in an episode of Gundam Wing when they're in space, and like, it's the first episode she appears in. No. This is an episode in space, and she just like appears in the episode, and she's just in a cowboy outfit. She's like wearing what Woody's wearing in like Toy Story, but without the vest. And it's just like, what is, like, I like it. I like the cowboy outfit, but like, why are you just like randomly in like a Texas stereotype clothing right now? Like, what just happened? Remember the last Overworld Hell mission? Ooh. Oh. Best viewers. No, go away. Haru or Psycho? Oh my god, I haven't seen the Psycho Haru in forever. Ooh. Actually, I saw one of those bear Gunpla, like the ones where it's just a bear. Ooh. Like the teddy bear Gunpla, and I almost bought it, but I was like, nah. It's just not for me. Somebody else is gonna enjoy that a lot more than me. Actually, I almost got it, and then I remembered, oh wait, no. I almost got it, and then I remembered, oh wait, Etta doesn't have a P.O. box. Also, I think she already built it. No, I think Hiragi already built it. I think it was Hiragi who built it. It's hard to keep track of what everyone has built. Ooh, both the people I know and the people I watch. F. I don't even know what F looks like. I. E. That one's empty, so I can toss that. E. Oh, goodness gracious. D. E. A, D, L, M, D again, I again. What the hell is F? I'm looking away right now, so if you're saying something, I can't see it in the moment. Where? K. I don't need K, I need F. Oh, here's F. But it's empty. I already cut the pieces off that I need, of course. Ooh. God, the ball, the simplest kit I've probably built on stream, and I still messed it up. I somehow messed it up repeatedly. I knew I messed it up, and then I messed it up again. How did I even do that? Don't remind me of the ball. The ball is the most embarrassing. It's probably the most embarrassing moment on stream. Ooh. Probably not. There's probably more embarrassing things, but it was pretty bad, me realizing that I just messed up an incredibly simple kit. That's also something I'm planning to make into a short this week. Bop. There's that and that. I also need to do some more clipping this week. I haven't been doing clipping, so there's a lot of moments on stream that I just don't have because I didn't clip them myself over the past 2 weeks. And please plug the hell in. Okay, you're not plugging in properly, which has me a little concerned. Okay, hold up. Why is this not... Okay, this one went in flush, but this other one isn't going in, so I have to take it out to see if there's, like, something underneath it. I think it's the same one that wasn't plugging in earlier properly. Dude, the ball build was so bad. Oh, yeah, there's a little piece of sprue in there. Damn it. I see it. Yeah, I guess there's a piece of sprue in there forever now. Can you hear that, chat? That's a little piece of sprue. It's just in there now. That's a piece of gate. Oh, I know I lost my page because of that. And then N. No, Gunner, if you open the door, it'd be funny, but also annoying. What is it? After the... Actually, it was after the alien stream again. When I got up to go out, like, of my room, of this room, I went to the door, and the door just flung open, which was, like, kind of terrifying until I saw as if my dog had pushed the door open. He knocked the handle and pushed it open. And it was just like, Jesus Christ. He was like, you're done being schizophrenic and talking to yourself? That means you can play with me. And I was like, no, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. No, I need to go to bed. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Oh no. Why is that piece missing? I accidentally cut off this piece already, but I don't see where it is, but I'm sure I'll find it. Oh my god. I mentioned this on stream already, but like... I might have to like replay the first 2 hours of Digimon because I'm right now soft locked. I haven't double checked if I'm hard locked though. But I am soft locked. I've reloaded it multiple times, and you know what? I hate this already. Yep, there's the other one. Found it. It's just right here. Ooh. And for some reason I'm having trouble putting it on. Okay, so why it says piece 19. Yes. And I started on this one. I tried to put it here first. Okay. Okay, that worked that time. And then please, 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 please. Oh my god. I feel like you could have done this in a simpler way, Bandai. It's not that complex of a piece. You could have just made a simple like plug-in. Okay, there we go. Then where are we going? I keep opening my phone to like go back to topics, but I'm still on Dorothy. So every time I just get flashbanged by those frickin' eyebrows. Okay, so Oh, poodoo, I didn't put this together yet. Oh, look at this! Look at this! You can get these kits. Oh, you can get the you can get the Brondock, you know, which is a high grade 235, you know, pretty about the same. The Zeta 203, you know, Hyakushiki 200. Okay, you know, like, they're still about in the same ballpark, you know. Oh, here's the Theo. High grade 36. Holy crap, what year was that from? I like how, like, these are all near each other in timeline within the last, like, 5 to 10 years. Then you just have this, and it looks like also this, the Palace Athene, where those are probably like 20 years old at least. Oh, damn! That's very nice. You have a good collection. Ooh. Yeah, somebody said that earlier, though, how, like, ooh. Oh, shoot, I've done this wrong. Oh, goodness, I can't believe I've done this. Ooh. But yeah, people said that the original Gundam's actually easier to get than some of the newer ones. Ooh. Which is good to hear, but... Hold up, I completely messed this up. Okay. Can we... Okay, can we please... Okay, I can fix it as long as I was able to get that off. Because this part right here... was supposed to be plugged in to this hoop right here. Ooh. Oh my, that is a good note. That is a good note, Merrick. Werewolves are socially acceptable furries. That is... Why did I think that? Why did I have that thought? It's true. But what inspired that thought? Ooh. Is it just because it's spooky month? Oh god. But like a little bit before stream, I just had that thought that that werewolves are just socially acceptable furries. And it's not like monster screwer. It's not like, oh, a Lamia. Is a Lamia a scaly? No, a Lamia is a, you know, is a monster girl or something. But like werewolves are just straight up furries. Like there's no two ways about it. That's 100% furry. Ooh. Also, I need to delete that. I'm gonna delete that first time chatter, blah, 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 the best viewer ad. I need to get better at deleting those. Ooh. The Nethers? Do you mean the Nether Gundam? Do you have 2 Nether Gundam? Ooh. Ah, okay, I see what you're talking about. You're talking about setting up the game. Okay, and then we never transformed the Psycho Gundam on stream because I literally just went like, yeah, no, this is just an old thing that is just not worth trying. But we will probably try this guy. That screw is not needed. I need to clean these up something fierce. Also, I realized the reason that I scuffed this up so much is because I was using too high a grit when I could have just gotten away with using 3000 to clean off the paint. I was used to using like the grit paper to clean off like sprue marks, which you need to have like 1000 to get off. B7. Here. What am I? I'm looking for B7. I said that, but I'm having trouble seeing it. There it is. It's one of those tiny little pieces. I'm gonna have this posted as pictures before I'm gonna have the Desert Zaku posted, because I can't find that gun. I just realized I can't find this. I have his gun. I was looking for his gun for the longest time, but then I lost his trigger hand. Ironic, I know. Oh, I also need to build his his hip mounted like cannon. I completely forgot to build that on stream. I do find it funny when you guys just start talking about, like, how do I ROM hack in my chat? Ooh. Like, you could do it on the Discord, but you choose to do it here. Which I don't mind, because that helps with engagement, actually. B1, B10. Don't let the directions tell me what to do. In all honesty, I need to... If my streams have been anything to go by, I need the direction. I'm pretty incompetent. I am surprisingly dumb at times while building this. There have been times where I've gotten left and right confused more than I can count. It's pretty bad, chat. I'm gonna be real with you. Okay, so that is I-14. Dog's being a little turd. It's been like too cold and windy recently. It's not usually the cold, it's the wind that's the problem. It's been too windy to take him for a walk recently. And so he's a little riled up. He's a little bit like, oh, I can take on the world. I've not had my typical 3-hour walks per day. And it's just like, Jesus Christ. Do not get a walking coonhound. They unironically should be walked for like 3 hours a day. It's really nice if the weather's nice, but you know, when you have like, you know, 40-degree weather and then like the wind is just a constant, you know, 25 miles per hour. Welcome to the Midwest. It was like 70 degrees a day ago. Why is it 40 degrees today? Welcome to the Midwest. It sucks here. Why is my gun hand so high up? There we go. Let's lower that. No, I don't need I again. I need to find the A. Oddly, A is not the only multicolored sprue. Actually, the real multicolored sprue is C, and A is also multicolored, but it's not nearly as obvious, which makes it a lot harder to, like, navigate. And then... oh god. Oh god. Okay, wait. Look, I was a little panicky. I was panicking for a moment, for but a moment. Oh, wait a second, B1. What we need is a 13 and 10. Why are these paired up like they go together? Oh lord, this is why I need the instructions, because I was about to cut off them in like the pairs you think they'd be in, and then they need to refind B. I am unironically confused. Okay, so then I'm gonna have to have B11. Where is B11? I cut off B11. So 10 and 11. B11. Oh, okay, I see. I could not tell these pieces looked like because the weird angle they were at. Okay, there we go. Ooh. Send me a tip? Actually, no, I don't. No, I'm I'm actually not planning on getting a like a way to get tips until I do the rebrand, in all honesty, but no, there's no means for a tip yet. Ooh. I was planning to actually have a means for a tip in text-to-speech with the rebrand, because I'm gonna have a mascot with the rebrand, and you guys can hopefully talk through the mascot. Ooh. But right now, no, I'm sorry, Meso. I appreciate I really do appreciate the thought, though. Ooh. Well, originally the idea was like, I don't get it until I earn it. Ooh. But I feel like that's also like cheating you guys, but I think you guys would like a text-to-speech, but ooh. Sadly, the closest thing I have to like for you to give me money is a throne, but nothing on the throne is in stock. Because the throne was more of a joke, and then I never bought the things on the throne. So I just don't get to have an Ed 209 model kit. And I don't get to have a Figma Holo from Spice and Wolf either, because I forgot to buy that too. I'm not bitter. I'm enraged. I'm actually really pissed off about both of those. I put both those on throne as a joke, and then just never bought them. And now they're just gone forever. Hold up, I'm having trouble seeing how this connects. This is a really annoying angle. So, no, I need this one. No, I need this one. Yes, I need this one, and I need. Ooh. I'm one of a kind. Oof. I got a one of a kind mind, but I don't know if that's a good thing. Oh my god, hold up. Where is... I can actually tell you mathematically how rare I am using this if you want. Ooh. I don't talk about this well, I talk about it often enough, but I don't think I don't know if I've ever brought this on stream before. This is a metal bar that was inside of my chest. Ooh. But I can actually tell you that I am pretty unique, because I am out of what is it? I am 1 out of 5,000 and 1 out of 2,000. I am 1 out of 5,000 people who developed a nickel allergy after the bar was put in his chest. And I am 1 out of 2,000 people whose body rejected the bar so thoroughly that they had to remove it a year early because of like, you know, ooh. God, I can't remember like what the 2001 is. Oh, sorry. Where they had to remove the bar a year early, but my chest did not collapse back in on itself. Because the reason I have this is because I had a sunken sternum. And what that means is if you've ever seen somebody with a concave chest, well, to fix that, what they do is they lace this around the ribs under the sternum, and then they break the sternum and then flip this up. And then for 2 years, you have this in your chest, holding up your rib cage as it heals. But then like 6 months in, my body went like, the hell is that? And it started attacking this metal bar really, really bad. My body started trying to push the metal bar out of my body. But as I said, it was under my sternum and over my ribs. So that's not really physically possible for multiple reasons. And they had to remove it a year early. And when they removed it, they were like, oh yeah, all the flesh around it was black. And I didn't know what that meant as a kid, but now as an adult, I know that meant all the flesh was necrotic. And I'm like, how did I not die? How am I alive? Wait a minute. Oh, I see the problem. I have not cut off I was looking for a piece I know that I haven't cut off. I like old stories like that though. Ooh. It's just like, yeah, cool. I remember when I got the surgery the first time, I actually didn't remember. It was so early in the morning, I didn't remember, like, you know, even going to get the surgery. So what happened is, like, I went to sleep, and then I woke up the next day having the metal bar in my chest, and I was like, what happened? I just even remember going into the hospital because I was so sleepy. So like the next time I was like, I'm not gonna forget what happened, I'm not gonna, like, you know, instructions. I'm not gonna, like, sleep through my own surgery again. That sounds stupid. I'm not gonna sleep through the start of my surgery again before they put the anesthetics in. Ooh, and I have to tell you, if you ever get major surgery, one of the weirdest feelings in the world is when they put anesthetics in you. It is... You can feel the anesthetics go through your body. It is like a warmth that then turns into a coldness, and you can just feel it going through your body inch by inch, and you're just like, that's a really weird feeling. And they're just like, yeah, you're gonna go unconscious no matter what. And it's like, yeah, we don't need to tell you to, like, count backwards or do anything like that. You're just gonna go away. You're gonna go sleep for, like, you're just gonna go to sleep. And then I was like, okay, it's like, we're like, when it gets to this point, you're gonna feel like, when it gets to your heart, it's go time. You're gonna feel it go throughout everywhere in your body, because they put it in the arm, of course, but, like, you can feel it just creeping over your arm. And then when it gets to the heart, you just feel it. You feel your heart from the inside, which is not something you're used to feeling. And it's not the first time I felt that. The first time I felt that was when I had a PICC line, which is a IV that goes directly to your heart, and it is one of the most uncomfortable freaking things you can have in your body, because if anything tugs on the PICC line, you feel it, and you feel that throughout your entire body. Ooh. We're not talking about the PICC line. We're talking about, how the hell do I get this on? We're talking about, like, the anesthetic, and it just slowly works its way through your body, and it's just one of the most unique feelings you could ever have. And it's not bad, but it is weird. Bro, makes me remember the H-Ant. Why? Oh, that's true. Okay, I was like, it makes me remember the one with... Yeah, I did say Kengoku second. Yeah, I did make the observation that, yeah, those characters do look like the characters from Kengoku. Yeah, that is true. That is just true. That is something that happened. I did just end stream one time going like, hey, these characters look like this, and then I just ended stream. I did do that. I can confirm that's one that did happen. Okay. Am I putting this? Yeah, I'm doing... It's just so hard to see how I'm doing this. Ooh. I could have eaten cereal out of my, I never actually did, believe it or not. I never did, but my chest was so bad that I could have if I wanted to. Ooh. But I was a little bit of a spastic as a kid, and, you know, I wouldn't do that. Okay, see how I messed this up? You know, I messed this up so impressively that I feel like I want the designers of these Gunpla kits to watch my streams, just to know that no matter how well they design these kits, there's gonna be somebody who's so stupid, he's still going to mess it up. Oh my god. Honestly, like, there have been a few moments where I am convinced where God is like, no, you haven't learned your lesson yet. You don't get to die. As fucked up as that sounds. There's been a few close calls in my life where it's just, it really do feel like God's just like, no. You can still get into heaven, but you still need to learn your lesson. You're like, you ain't there yet. And like, come on, just a little bit more. You can figure it out. And I'm just like, well, I need to figure it out. And it's like, I can't tell. Actually, I can tell you. It's in the freaking Bible. Read it, dumbass. And I'm like, Nah, that's too much for me. I'm Catholic. We don't read the Bible. It's hard. It's funny because it's true. Oh my god. I feel like that's probably a joke that's universal for all like Christians though, of just like, we don't read the Bible. What are you talking about? We go to church so somebody else reads the Bible to us? Duh. Freaking the dude in the black shirt with the white collar, he reads the Bible to us, okay? What do you think we are, poor? We can't afford to go to church? Nah. We put like $1 in the collection bin every week. You know, that goes to funding the church and like the priest and whatnot, right? Whatever. Charity, what the fuck is that? Oh god, fucking jaw breaks are the worst because you have to liquefy all of your food. Which also results in the like, because your food's liquefied, your body's like, I don't know what to do with this. So it just like, you also get like a lot of times bad diarrhea because it's already mush. It's already liquefied. So your body's just like, okay, whatever with it. So it's like, it just gets on the fast track out of your body. It's like, this is just too much. It's like your body's like, I don't get it. Like I want solid food and your jaw's like, I'm broken. And it's like, I don't care. I can't do anything with this. I'm looking for eye. Oh, I needed to cut off both. I didn't cut off both eyes, so I'm doing it now. Oop. You have a silver allergy. Damn, silver. Well, I guess, you know. Oop. I guess we know you're not a reincarnation of Judas. My brother broke his jaw, to go back to that real quick before continuing yours. He broke his jaw because somebody bopped him in the, like, this, like, dude who was, like, my brother is, like, 6'3", and, like, he broke up, like, this fight of a guy was trying to, like, start a fight with his friend, and he broke it up, and this guy, like, bopped him in the jaw from behind, but this guy was, like, 5'4", and, like, my brother just turned around with a broken jaw, blood coming out of his mouth, and he was just like, you want to start something? And he, like, and the guy just runs away and is like, huh. And then he just puts his hand in his mouth and he's like, oh, my jaw. And he just realized, and then like he feels his jaw and he's like, oh, that's split. Like he, like this, like he didn't even fucking feel it. I got some crazy family. But you have a silver algae. I eat through sterling rings. Having a light reaction to it. Oh my god. That actually sounds kind of crazy. Just finding out something like that. I was malnourished as a child, actually, which is why I'm the smallest of my brothers. I'm normal height. I'm not short. I just want to say that right now. I am average American height, like a good American. But everyone else in my family is like over 6 foot. I'm just 5'10", like a short king. But it's because my mom malnourished me as a kid, because she's a bad person. And then when I grew up, she was like, you were malnourished. That was your fault. And it's like, bitch, I don't buy the food. What do you mean it's my fault that I'm malnourished? But yeah, oh my god, as a kid, I was so skinny all the time. I was so skinny that like people were like, damn, you just walk out of Auschwitz? People were mistaking me for like starving, like, for a starving child in Ethiopia or some shit, like with how skinny I was. But, and then I moved out from living with my mother, and yeah, I started putting on weight. She just like was literally starving me. Ooh. And then years later, she just again said like, yeah, that was your fault. And this is like, how is it? Like, I didn't have a driver's license. I didn't have like nothing. How is it my fault? Like, I wasn't going out and shopping. Ah, Mom, I love you, you crazy fucking bitch. You insane frickin' you psychopath. I am slightly confused by this. We haven't brought up my mother in a while. I remember it took me what? Like it took me like 2 weeks for like I was like I'm gonna say something no, it actually took me a lot longer than that. It took me a lot longer than 2 weeks. I was like I'm gonna say something positive about my mother without a caveat. And it took me like several weeks to like after like of bringing her up on stream to say something positive about her. And then I bit my tongue because I was like because I realized after I said it, she did not intend to raise me like that. Oh, a lot of you guys are like, before like, don't know the old lore of my mother. She's fucking crazy. She's like a middle-class version of Kirsha's mom. Ooh, if you know Kirsha at all. Like, not as like, insane as Kira's mom, but like as neglectful. Oh, okay, so I can just put this together. Gonna take a what? You've had titanium hardware when, oh my god. Actually, I think titanium was the other option, but the thing is, in the surgical room, they can heat this up and actually like bend it. They can make it malleable in the surgical room. So they want to use stainless steel, which has nickel in it, because it's more malleable and it's actually like safer to use. You don't have to break the torso as much. And because even though I had to have it removed a year early, it's probably because they didn't have to break the torso as much to get this into my chest. It's probably why my chest didn't collapse back in on itself. So, as ironic as it is, the reason I probably only had to have a metal bar in my chest for a year is because the same reason that I had to only have it in for a year, effectively. It's like the reason I had to have it in for a year is also why I probably didn't have to have a secondary procedure to heal my chest a second time. That's a better way of putting it. Ooh. Oh, less bar fights, but my dad told me a story just last week. It was actually like, it was like after, I think, Thursday's stream or something, because like I called him up. And I was like talking to him, because I love talking to my dad, just like in general. But I was just talking to him, catching up with him, and he was just like, and it's like, oh yeah, I defended your mom once, and it's just like, yeah, we were at a bar, and some guys were like, hey, she just stole our money, she just took it off the table. And he was talking about how he de-escalated the situation, and how like these guys were like gonna beat the crap out of him, and how the bouncers actually escorted him to his car so they'd be safe. And then he's just like, yeah, and then afterwards I found out, yeah, your mom did steal the money from them. And it's just like, wait, what? It's like, I'm not surprised, but like, it's just like, oh my god, she is that kind of person where it's just like, she's not like a trailer park queen, like Kira's mom or something. No. She's middle class, so she cares about how people see her. But she's gonna be absolutely evil and just be terrible to people at the same time. She's not violent like Kira's mom. She's not doing drugs or, you know, like committing crimes like that. I use middle class because, like, think of it, she's a yuppie. She's the yuppie version of that. Which means that, like, she actually wasn't as bad as Kirsha's mom. Because but only in the fact that she wanted people not to think, you know, lesser of her. Ooh. But she sure as hell would still manipulate, and ooh, she's actually far better. She's really good at manipulation. She's actually one of the reasons that I am good at like seeing through manipulation of other people is because my mom was so freaking manipulative. Ooh. So I'm just like, oh hey, I see the language you're using there. But no, she was not like breaking faces like Kira's mom. Oh god, no. But she probably would have if she could. About a nickel every time Merrick said nickel, I'd be approaching $1, probably. She was a yuppie, which I've been using that word really often recently, and I'm not really sure why. It's a fun word. She's the kind of person who'd only talk positive about you in front of other people to like, but in a way that would make her sound good, because she's like your mother. And so really it was just an indirect way of saying how good she is. Ooh. She's just a terrible, terrible little person. Where nothing is ever her fault. None of her actions are her own consequences. This is the same woman who, like, her second husband, when he died, she went to Florida the next day. And you might be like, well, that's not too weird, because it's like, okay, well, it's a little weird how quickly she got to Florida, but it's like, that's not too weird because, like, you know, he's died and she needs to grieve. Maybe she just wanted to go to Florida and she just took, like, an express, like, plane to get out of the area. Oh, no. She had the flight booked months in advance, and then he got sick and was dying. And then instead of canceling the flight at any point, she just was going to go and fly away, regardless of if he lived or died or survived, or if he like kept going. She at no point did this woman think, oh hey, my husband is literally dying. Maybe I should cancel my flight to Florida. No, she thought, nah. I booked this months in advance. He only got sick last week. The flight takes priority. He's dead? Well, I guess I have no reason to stay here. Off to Florida! And it's just like, holy shit. And everyone else is like, you know, like, other people want to give her a pass for that. I'm like, that is one of the most, like, sociopathic things she's ever done. Like, it's not the fact that she went to Florida. It's the fact that she didn't cancel her flight ahead of time. Ooh. Because that means, like, she would have gone to Florida regardless. Even if he was still, like, fighting the disease. He was, like, he died of COVID. But, like, even if he was still fighting that, she would have still gone and left him. So I guess, like, it's a good thing he died when he did, because then he didn't die alone, at least. I say that, she might have not been there. I don't know. And then at the funeral, oh, the funeral! My God, I love the funeral story. I wasn't there, but my brother Kraft has told us the story. It is so horrific. Okay. So the funeral story of her second husband. She goes to the funeral, and this is taking way longer than it has any reason to because I'm just talking about random shit. But she goes to the funeral of her second husband, and her second husband was like 70 when he died. I can't quite remember, but the important thing is that actually her second husband, his mother, who was like 100 years old, was still alive. And this is important because when she goes up on, because when she went to the podium to do her, like, you know, final words on the deceased, she didn't say he was a good person. She excoriated him at his funeral. For her own satisfaction. And in front of this man's 100-year-old mother, she opens up the, like, her final thoughts on her husband by saying, I'm gonna use just John as a general name, but she says, John was a man on fire. And she did not mean that in a good way. Also, he was cremated. Oh, God. I love stories about my insane mother. Ooh. And I'm thankful I have no sisters, because they would also be insane. Because she would have turned them insane. Ooh. God looked at my mother and went like, no daughters for you. I've seen this generational train wreck. We're just gonna cut it off here. Ha ha ha. And, oh, okay, so. Yeah, this one is literally just this one is just plug in. So why aren't the other one? Why are the other ones like more complex? Why are like randomly other Vernairs more complex to plug in? That's so weird that this one is just like, oh yeah, you just put it in, and then the other ones are like, no, no, you have to align it just right and perfectly. And it's like, but why though? Yuppies. Okay, I need to. This is embarrassing how long this is taking. All that is done. Let me get the keys out again. I've just been having fun yapping. Actually, this might not be the finale after all, now that I think about it, because we might have to do some, like, post... Oh. And what are we doing on Are we doing the Man Roadie or this on Wednesday, then? Oh, that's gonna be so confusing for me. We need Zeon... I would love to play Zeonic Front, but it would be really bad, and I'd probably get really pissed. I'd probably get angry. My father. Sorry, that I just saw my father and immediately thought of the Joker. My father was an alcoholic. I'm so sorry. My father? That's actually not too similar from what my mom did. My mom... Ooh. So my dad actually was like living away from home at the time because he was, you know, he couldn't get, the only way he could get a job, I'm not gonna say what he is, but it was he had to get a job that was like 2 hours away from home. So he was living away from home and he'd come back home on the weekends. He had an apartment. And what she did is she used that opportunity to divorce him and pretty much take the kids away, and then she just spent the next 5 years indoctrinating all of her, like, her 3 sons into hating her former husband out of spite. Ooh. And yeah, that's just what she decided to do. You know, wonderful person, salt of the earth. Okay, so let's see here. M. Yeah, we're just like divorce, take children, and it's just like. But the thing is, she was far more manipulative. Like you say, like he just got custody of you. No. My mom convinced my father that, oh no, the children can't be moved because, you know, like that would upturn their life. So it's just best that they stay with me here. And then what she did is like, and actually before the divorce, she was already indoctrinating us to hate our father. Because she was just like, ah, yes, like he actually likes to live away from us. You know, he likes to be away from us and shit like that. She just like said anything. She would just lie about everything. And she just like, she literally planned, I just realized this, she planned the divorce really far in advance. Because she was literally manipulating us against our father, probably like close to a year in advance of her getting the divorce. She was manipulating us to turn against our father like really early on. And so she never had to get custody because she literally manipulated all three of us into hating our father. It's salt to the earth. By which I mean that I wish God would come down and like that one woman fleeing Gamora, just turn her into a pillar of salt. That would be really cool, God. But I know you don't do shit like that anymore. You're all about love ever since you had a son. Understandable. Oh God. Wonder how I got these scars. I wish I could actually show you the scars on my chest and be like, I wonder how I got these scars. Ooh. But they are actually really ugly to look at, like all scars. Ooh, I'm gonna double check something real quick. Okay. Yeah, but is this... I haven't actually talked about my mom like this in so long. And again, even though because she's a terrible person, I actually don't like to talk negative about her. Because I do understand how all of her behavior is a result of her herself being abused by, like, her mother and shit. Ooh. Because there's, like, stories about her mother, and her mother was even worse. Oh my god. Oh my god. Her mother literally her dad was, like, a salesman who would, like, you know, who sold prints, and so he was, like, a traveling salesman who sold prints. And, like, he'd be away from home, like, a week at a time sometimes. And, like, there's a story where, like, when he came home, my mom's mother, Nana, just had all my mom's stuff packed into suitcases and was just like, she has to leave. And it's just like, like, imagine that's your mother. She takes all of your shit, packs it up, and then, like, when your dad comes home, she tells your dad she can't stand living with you. She has to go. So, like, in one regard, well, yeah, my mom's a terrible person, but, like, at the same time, I understand why. Oh, yeah, yeah. I know you're yapping about Gundam while I'm yapping about this. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. But I feel like I should deviate from this topic. Ooh. I really, when I do the rebrand, I'm gonna wait until I do the rebrand, but I do hope to bring my dad on stream and just have him tell you the stories of, like, I've told you these stories before, but, like, he can tell you first person, like, these stories of him wrestling the bear, of him going around, let's see here, this? Of him, you know, going around during a thunderstorm with a giant, you know, rod of iron, because he's like, you know what, I need to pack this dirt, because if I don't do it today, we're just going to be back here tomorrow again, and I don't want to be out here tomorrow again. So during a thunderstorm, he just has, like, one of those, like, big rods that have, like, just, like, a big, like, slab of lead on the bottom, and he's just slamming it down on the ground, while just, like, lightning and thunder are just, where, like, lightning is cracking around him and thunder is booming, and he's just like, I'm just Thor, god of thunder. And then my mom is inside watching all of this, just cackling like a hyena. She's just like, imagine if he gets struck by lightning. And it's just like, and all my brothers are, like, seeing this, and we're just like, oh my god, like, like, I don't know what to be more horrified by, like, the idea of him getting struck by lightning, or the fact that our mother is laughing about it. Ooh. He did get electrocuted once, though. That was the sub pump. I was there for the sub pump. I was the only one who could confirm the sub pump, where he forgot to unplug the sub pump while during a rainstorm, and so he, like, was messing with the sub pump while it was resting an inch above, like, water. And a sub pump is a piece of electronics, so he's pretty much poking a fork into a toaster in a bathtub is what he's doing. And God forbid he gets electrocuted and he flies back into a bar that's literally fixed into the ground, and God, a bar fixed into the ground with a granite top, I think, and he literally practically moves this thing. It is like concreted into the ground, and he almost moves this thing. He gets thrown back so bad. Oh God, he has a lot of stories that he can tell. He is. Oh my god, it would explain a lot. He's also had a lot of close calls. I might have inherited just my very near death experience ability from him. God, I still love the story. I wasn't there for it, but just how it's told is always so much fun to me. And that's this him pruning the rose bush. We had this big, beautiful rose bush, and he was pruning the rose bush. And then he came inside, and my brother Kraft, who was like under 10 years old at the time, was just like at the kitchen table playing Pokemon or some crap on his Game Boy. And my dad is just holding has a whole ass towel around his thumb. And he just goes, "Kraft, I need you outside right now." And Kraft is like, "What happened?" He's like, "I think I cut off my finger." And it's just like, and so my brother Kraft has to like be like searching through the dirt under this rose bush for like my father's dislocated like thumb or finger. And then like after like 15 minutes, like he's like the bleeding has died down enough where he can like open the rag, and he's like, "Okay, it's only the tip of my finger that I need like replaced." And it's just like, oh, that's wonderful. My dad has like amazing stories of like him just doing things. Ooh, my dad has some of the most romantic stories you'll ever hear about somebody trying to like, you know, be with a woman. Like this is like some shit like this is some shit out of like a 50s like, you know, Hallmark. This is like really some stuff out of a Hallmark, you know, movie. Until you remember the person he's trying to win over is my mother. And at the end of every story, it's always, yeah. And then your mother was like really resentful of me for that. And it's just like, why did you marry this woman? Like every story ends with like, yeah, I did this really cool thing. And like I had this really cool adventure. And then when I met up with the person I like loved and would marry, she hated me for it. And it's just like, oh my god, every time. Is this how every story ends? Ooh. Ooh. Mjolnir with a fork. That is such a great design for Mjolnir. Just have a fork in a toaster, and that's actually really good. Have like a butter knife or something maybe. But just like having some kind of utensil in the... Oh, that's actually really good. Far better than what they did when they made Miles Morales Thor. I got reminded of that because I was looking over old clips. That's one of the most racist things I've ever seen. We're gonna make Miles Morales Thor. Okay, and we're gonna turn Asgard into Harlem. But a really stereotypical Harlem. And we're gonna make it so that Thor has graffiti on it. And it's like, oh my god. Can we get more racist? Yes. He has designer shoes and a hoodie. I was being rhetorical. You've earned it. I'm happy you subscribed. I'm a lapsed Catholic. I was a lapsed Catholic. But actually, a key part that is taught, at least theologically in Catholicism, is the fact that there is not technically a lapse of faith. What it is you learning, is you going through the stages of, well, I forget what it's called, but it's spiritual stages. Is that you have your childhood stage of belief, where you simply follow whatever you believe because your parents, you know, followed it, and you just, you know, do that. And a lot of people do that their entire life. And then you have the adolescent stage of spirituality, which is when you question and maybe even like forego your faith. And then you have the final stage of spirituality where you find the spiritual structure that you will follow for the rest of your life, and that's pretty much it. And you can actually go back to the adolescent stage, and you can actually even regress to the childhood stage even. But it's actually better to have questioned your faith and then not to, because I mean that's why we have free will. The whole reason we have free will is so that we may be imperfect. Ooh. And so that our choices are more meaningful. If we didn't have free will and we just did whatever God told us, I mean, what would be the point? Ooh. There'd be no tests. There'd be no rising or lowering. Even when I was agnostic, I still had a deep respect for the theology and philosophy of Christianity. I never lost my respect for the theology of it. Ooh. Gonna get Mexicans as a oh my god. Sorry, I just thought of like 2 tequila Gundams outside of a door. Outside of a giant Gundam-sized door, just being guards. Could you imagine if the Vatican had just like tequila Gundams outside? Ooh, it might be like, why the Vatican? Because there's a lot of Catholics in Mexico. Actually, I was thinking earlier today, going on to religion, I was thinking earlier today how one of my favorite things in it comes up like kind of rarely, but it comes up enough that like I'm aware of it, and that is the preacher wrestler voice inspired by Macho Man Randy Savage. It doesn't come up often, but like whenever there's religion involved, and like as a bit, I love to just go into like a preacher, but like talking like a wrestler. And my favorite one that has ever happened with is is when we were reading Exodus for Passover. Ooh, because I wanted to... Really, that was just an excuse to watch Prince of Egypt, I'll be honest with you. I was like, how can I watch Prince of Egypt on stream? And I was like, aha! Passover, I'll read Exodus. But the part where God sends down, like, the fire tornado to, like, stop the Egyptians from chasing the Hebrews... Like, at that part, I just, like, stop reading and I go, like, and they knew what it meant to fear the Lord. Oh, yeah. And then the next part in Exodus is literally, and the Hebrews saw what God had done, and they did fear the Lord. And I broke down. I broke down on stream. I did a shit post, and then, like, the Bible went like, no, you're right. That is what happened. Oh, okay, I see. God, I really do like reading streams. It's just that reading streams are really slow, and if I'm not in the right headspace for it, like, the reading just goes awfully. So that's why I'm hoping, like, the collab idea is gonna go a lot better. It's one of probably the funnest I've had reading. Outside of Exodus was really fun to read for some reason. Ooh. Exodus was really fun to read. I hate that. You can't hear it, but like, if you heard a ba-bum, that was my computer. And I've said this many times, it's the same sound. It makes the same sound of Discord disconnecting as everything else. It's like you have an update on Razer. It's the same sound as, oh hey, your stream just collapsed. Every time I have a mini heart attack and I like whip my head over. You can't see it in this model, but you probably saw like a quick movement like that. That is me whipping my head to look to my direct right where I can see the monitor. It's so awful. God, have we had a watch along since The Thing? John Carpenter's The Thing? We're supposed to have a watch along for Alien this week, but I couldn't get any guests because everyone's busy on Halloween. So I think we're just gonna do a watch party on Saturday instead. Maybe I'll put that up to a vote, actually. I'm not sure. But I'm really upset I couldn't get anyone. Like, everyone was busy, and I'm really upset about it. But we might watch Alien this week. I'm not really sure yet. I should put it to a vote if it should be a watch party or watch along. The difference is, if it's a watch along, you guys have to watch it yourself while I'm watching it on stream. If it's a watch party, It's just, I stream it through the Discord, but there's no commentary. You just watch the movie with me, effectively. Ooh. Hey, chat, remember when I said I haven't completed the, gun for, the hip gun for the Pink Panther Zaku? Where here it is. In the box for the Psycho Gundam. Because, I'm a little incompetent, apparently. Let's put this over here. Ooh. Yes, I love... Well, actually, I only read the first 2 Ender's Game, which is really weird, because I love the first book, and the second book is the fastest I've ever read a book before in my life. I read the second book. I read it until, late at night. And this was when, I was a really slow reader, because I was a really pensive reader. But I love Speaker for the Dead so much. Speaker for the Dead is so clean, and I need to find this real quick if you humor me. What is the piece I'm missing? I3. Do I have both I3? B, I? I cut off both I3s, so why can't I see the... The thing is, I'm looking for a purple piece among purple sprues and stuff. It's awful. But yes, I have Speaker for the Dead. I've actually read the prequels as well. Why have I read the prequels, but I haven't read the 3rd book in Ender's Game? What the hell is wrong with me? Wait a minute. Oh my god, my problem with, keeping up with things, this is the same problem I have with Gundam. It's just all over the place, what I have seen and what I haven't seen. Ooh. Gundam The Origin was a watch party. So we haven't had a watch along in a good while, is what that tells me. And I'm having trouble finding this stupid piece. Ooh. Hello, Derek. Good to see you. Good to see you were able to make it. This stream is going way longer than it needs to because I'm just... probably this... What should have been the quickest stream is just me just bumbling around and talking. Yeah, that's what the name was, Xenocide, which is such a good name. It's just hey, Xenocide, and it's just damn, that term goes hard. That's some term I'd expect from 40K, but no. Some Mormon dude was nah, I'm gonna make this term. You know what, actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this together. Ooh. Speaker for the Dead just has moments in it that just made me go this is just absolute peak. This is just some of the peakiest peak I've ever peaked, man. Ender's relationship with the one blind kid is so it's heart-wrenching. It's heartwarming in the most heart-wrenching way. Nothing bad happens to the kid, but you're just oh my god, the empathy on display in this book between these two characters is it's kind of peak. And by kind of peak, I mean it's absolutely peak. Oh, okay, this is annoying. If you like fantasy, I suggest reading Sword of Truth series by... I like fantasy, but I'm a little more autistic for sci-fi, but I do like fantasy still. Ooh, hold up, let me... Hold up, I'm... Stop being difficult. Okay, figured it out. And then I think this one... Oh god, we're in a left-right situation, I just realized. Okay, so... Surely. Okay. Well, sadly, I'm happy I was able to do... I'm sorry. I was gonna say, why the hell is there a Vernair inside of it? And that's why, because the Vernair comes out. Ooh. But I'm gonna write that down before it leads to Sword of Truth. The Halo 1 remake, I have mixed feelings on. In one regard, I understand it's like a very early showing. Like, they say, I don't think they have like they just say it's coming out next year, I think. So I feel like part of it was shown just to see like to gauge reaction. A lot of like the visuals need touching up and will be touched up. Like the Forerunner structures are obviously going to be aged a lot more in the final release. Ooh, I don't know why they bothered showing like those looking like that, but the thing is, like, it's really hard to like say because there's so much like legitimate like observations about it. I said this earlier in stream, but there's so many legitimate observations where people are like, I'm worried because of these reasons, and I'm like, okay. But it's like hard to talk about because so much of like the discourse is like, oh hey, I don't like it, and it's like, why? Well, you reload, like you reset the Magnum every time you pull it out, and it's like that's literally something you do in the original game. What I mean by that is like you pull back the Magnum every time you pull it out. Chief just like he just pulls back that charging on it every time. And it's just like, he's like, oh, well, that's stupid. And it's like, that's something you do in the, like, people are complaining about shit that you do in the original game. And that's like really distracting. But I am cautiously optimistic because I like Pierre Hintz, who's the guy who's in charge of 343 now. I like him, and he's actually did a really good job with Halo Master Chief Collection. He's the guy who brought it to PC and like fixed it up and whatnot. So I am cautiously optimistic considering who's working on it, but I'm not at the same time holding my breath is what I would say. I'm sorry I turned away from the mic for that last part. What great sounds, Steven. I hate myself. Chat, remember when I said I already cut the piece off? I didn't. Battletech. Oh, we played Battletech on stream once, not the tabletop, but like the video game. And we did one mission. It took us like, Opus was there, I think. it took me like 3 hours to complete the tutorial mission. I say I'm bad at like JRPGs and it takes me forever to beat them. I like turn-based strategy games, but I can never play them on stream because I am so bad at them and it takes me so long to beat them. And it's not like I'm embarrassed. It's more the fact that it would literally, it takes me, again, it took me 3 hours to get through the tutorial. It's so bad. But I like Battletech as a universe. I like its approach to Real Robot very much. How it's very much just like ancient war machines and whatnot. I love the designs. When I design mecha, they're far more in line with like Battletech designs than Gundam designs. I just don't go to that whole humanoid design as much as like say they do in the East. I go more for that like just tank with legs look that I just love that tank with legs look. Guys, you F up? Yeah, you concerned about the ghosting, stuttering, and thing is, like, that stuff is stuff that can be like adjusted for like the ghosting rendering and whatnot. If you're talking about the CE, that stuff like that, I mean, just like that's just like, I don't know how indicative that is of like the, oh my god, these are horrendous sprue marks. I hope these are covered up, but like that's the stuff where it's like I don't know what that's gonna be like. I'm kind of like looking more like to game design, like how you can take the warthogs to fight the hunters on Silent Cartographer, and it's like, well, the original game was specifically designed where you couldn't do that for like good reason. So I'm a little bit like mixed on that render, but really what it is, as sad as it is not like the Halo remake isn't like for the sake of remaking Halo. It's for the sake of testing how to do like Halo on Unreal Engine. It's literally a prototype. It's a proof of concept. That's all it really is. And yes, they're going to be remaking the game. Yes, they're going to be adding more campaign levels. Yes, they're making new content for it. But deep down, it's not for the sake of making Halo remastered, of making Halo campaign evolved. It's for the sake of going, yes, we can make Halo on Unreal Engine. That's why they're doing it, and that's probably my biggest like problem with it on a meta level. I've heard great things about the books of BattleTech. Nostalgia bait is annoying. As somebody who is the biggest Star Wars fan I've ever known, I am the biggest Star Wars fan I have ever personally met. I know what it's like to see a franchise die. And a lot of people act like Halo is a dead franchise. No, Halo is a franchise in the same stage that Star Wars was in, like after the during and or after the prequels. Which isn't great, but it's better than being in a sequel era. It's better than being where like Star Wars is now, but it can still get worse. Is also the problem is like it's not at rock bottom, but that also means we can still get to rock bottom with Halo. Marks are the worst. Yeah, it really, and that's just how my brain works, where I just like, I do make a point of being like, I'm a silly, dumb, like, VTuber, but, like, I do, like, have analytical moments. Like, I do just kind of lock in and go, like, yeah, like, this is what is actually happening. It's just, like... Ooh. And that is my biggest concern, though. It's a proof of concept for something else. And that doesn't mean it can't be good. It just means that it won't be built from the ground up for what it is. Damn it, I dropped that. Okay, let's read that before it goes off. You feel the pain, Merrick? You played MS Saga? Oh my god. I mean, I love, like, for turn-based strategy games, if we're still talking about that on that regard, I love Fire Emblem. I adore Fire Emblem. I cannot play a Fire Emblem game more than once because it just takes me too long to beat one. Especially because I'm like, everyone has to survive, so it's like somebody died. Well, I guess I'm just restarting the match. Well, I guess that's a half hour of wasted time. Let's go back in time. Turn on Huey Lewis in the news. I need to return by death Subaru style. Oh my god, please, please God tell me there is a compilation of Subaru killing himself. Set to the theme of like, what is it? Back to the Future or whatever. Or whichever one has like, you gotta get back in time. Please God tell me there is a Subaru compilation of him dying. What is it like, you gotta get back in time? I'm gonna write that down in case that's not a thing. I need that to be a thing. Subaru. I'm doing this with one hand, so that's why it's like dying comp. You know, back in time. We need that. I'm not a coffee man, sadly. I'm actually not really a caffeine man in general. I kind of wish I was, because well, actually the thing is how I do the mornings is I just learned to be like, yeah, I'm just gonna be awake at this time. Come on. Come on, why are we being difficult now? Oh, lordy, okay. This is gonna be a thing. Ooh, actually, I'm gonna like Wayward Galaxy. That sounds really interesting. That sounds like a lot of stuff I like. Oh my god. Hold up. Why? Half the pieces in this, like I keep saying like how it's like me yapping too much is like and getting distracted, but like a lot of these pieces require really annoying alignment. And if you just don't get it aligned, you're just boned and you have to take off the piece and then do it again. Like, this is such a tedious kit in that regard. I don't know why all the Verniers are so, these aren't even Verniers, they're particle beam cannons, I forgot. I don't know why all these like super particle beam cannons are all such a pain, but they are awful to align. Like I can't even do it on stream because I literally need to be looking at the back of it while I do it, and then I need to undo it and oh my, come on. This is, there we go. Oh, what you call it, multi-purpose. And then I'm really upset that I can't release the Taft video this week. I'm really hoping that I don't have to do another week, but I decided to use this week to like research what's going to be the best day to release it. Because God, I'm upset with how poorly the video did, in all honesty, with how poorly I've already talked about that, how poorly the presidential video did. I wouldn't be upset with it if I had released it for myself, but I released it to help somebody else get subscribers. And I feel like because it did so poor, it didn't really help them at all. And, oh, this is for the back. Then what about, wait, is there a back? Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait. But hopefully the Taft video will be out next week and do better. And if you have not seen the presidential collab with Area Lulu, there is a video right now on this. There's a video, my most recent video is a compilation of it, where she keeps saying that slave owners are really hot for some reason. And her defense for it is saying I'm brown. Interesting defense. But next week, or hopefully next week, I'll have the one where she talks about Taft, and well, that one has to be a separate video because she says some things that would have gotten the video probably very heavily demoted, in all honesty. Ooh. Ooh, don't say that. Is it? I haven't released a video in so long. I forgot like when's the optimal time to release a video. So it's just, I was like, oh, what time is the optimal time? I just looked it up and it's like, oh, the optimal time is 1 o'clock. And I forgot, for my audience, that's actually a terrible time. The optimal time for me to release a video is, and I only remembered this after releasing it, of course, but the optimal time is 5 to 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time or midnight Eastern Standard Time. Because for some reason, I am like Tenma Miami. I am Mr. Worldwide. Ooh. I make a character named Merrick Vesper, which is literally a play on Americo Vespucci. My middle name is unironically Columbo. And then I become and then I become Mr. Worldwide. I become a globalist. I imagine I can just imagine Jefferson is looking down on me and is just like, yeah, you fucked up. Oh, okay. So let us get the back skirt. Wow, after all the construction, the back skirt is just like, yeah, fuck it. It's just one piece. That's just the back skirt feels so lazy compared to everything else. It's just like, screw it. We don't have time. You built everything else. Okay, chat. There might be a problem. I think he might be too tall. Nah, he's not too tall. Oh god, it's like the Statue of Liberty all over again. I don't know what either of those are, so if you're asking me if I'd eat those, I don't know what they are, but if they have gluten in them, I can't. I'm a celiac, which you might think makes me a silly person. No, it just means I can't have gluten. My body looks at gluten and goes, what the hell is this? It looks at wheat and goes like, I'm sorry, I forgot to evolve this. I know humans have like, I know one of like the defining traits of humans is being able to eat grains like wheat. I just forgot to evolve that. Can I have meat instead? My body on so many levels looked at the past like 100,000 years of evolution and just went, I'm good, bro. I don't need that. What is this? Nah, what is this, lactose tolerance? What do you think I am, Scottish? Oh, I am? Ah, fuck it, I don't need that. What is this? What is this, ability to digest gluten? Nah, we don't need that. What is this? You know what, I will take the eczema though. I will take the eczema and the asthma. Okay, every time that a leaf turns yellow, you're gonna die of suffocation. Okay, be allergic to every native tree to like, be allergic to every tree in the world. Yeah, we'll also take that one. Ooh, I rolled snake eyes so consistently, it's amazing, dude. But we are finished with him. Anything else we have to, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I spoke a little too soon. We will do this with the man roadie on Wednesday. Ooh. And if you're like, why wait until Wednesday? It's mostly because we've just been going on for a little while. Oh my god, all this like little detail. This is, oh my god. Maybe we won't build the man roadie after all. Maybe the man roadie's gonna have to wait. I'm sorry, Edda, if you're still here by any chance. The man roadie might have to, oh my god, then we have to do the transformation sequence and, oh my god. Maybe this isn't the finale. Oh. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Oh. Oh my god. Why did it take me 2 hours to build this? To build this part? I was able to build these legs in 2 hours, but this waist, it took me How did this happen? Why am I a chibi still? Oh my god. Ooh. Okay, wait. The funny thing, you say that about like Federation mobile suits. The funny thing about that is a lot of the suits Neo Zeon has are actually Federation suits. Unironically, during the first Neo Zeon war, what happened is that the Federation, after losing the Titans, pretty much like lost a bunch of security during that civil war, and Neo Zeon just came along and just stole a bunch of mobile suits. Like the Zaku Mariner. The Zaku Mariner is a Federation mobile suit. It's not a Neo Zeon mobile suit. That's a the Federation are the ones who designed and built that. Why did they build a Zaku? Don't ask questions. But the lore is literally that a lot of the mobile suits you see, especially in Double Zeta, were just stolen from the Federation, and that is endlessly funny to me. Almost as funny as the fact that a lot of them are just Zeon suits, and it's just like, why was the Federation building Zeon suits? Don't ask questions. But I forgot to paint this part. I'm so upset about that. But I will... Ooh. Chat, do you want me to get out the Psycho Gundam for a size comparison, or do you just want me to get out a normal mobile suit? We'll get we're gonna be building this next... Why did I throw that? We're gonna be building this next, well, this Wednesday as well, it turns out. Wait, mobile armor. Ah, damn it, you're right. I thought it was a typo, because I honestly thought it was a typo because A and S are right next to each other. You're fucking right. I'm sorry for cursing. You're right. He his mobile armors. That is actually true. Mobile armors just don't exist. I say that there are actually. This is a mobile armor. There's no Federation mobile armors. I've never heard of such a thing. The Federation has no mobile armors ever. Fucking congratulations, Merrick. You're retarded. We talked about we had the Brawn doc earlier. We mentioned the Brawn talk on. Oh my god. I mean, I did catch myself. I didn't actually say the Federation has no mobile armors, but I was fucking close to saying it. It is a big boy, and on stream it doesn't tell you just how big it is because we haven't had anything else on screen. Get both? Okay. Why are you over there? Why are you difficult? I never bothered finishing this. Oh shit, where's your other V-fin? His other V-fin is somewhere around here, don't worry. I just forgot it fell off and I forgot to put it back on. But it's here. I was just too lazy to put it back on, but here is the original Psycho Gundam, who's a beautiful boy in his own right. But I feel like you can see the level of detail and engineering and paint quality, if I can say so myself, has improved over the last, over since this. This we built last year, and he's really damn dusty. Ooh. Greg, my grandma would have probably liked that. My grandma loved coconut. I like coconut milk, but not really coconut shavings. Brawn doc. Wait, it doesn't. Wait, does it have an N? Does it have a D? Is it not the? Is it the Brawn doc? It is the. I thought it was the. Wait, there's no R in it. Damn it! I thought it was the Brawn doc. Not to be confused with the Brown doc. That's where, you know. Oh god. Actually, is that Martin Luther King Jr.? Did he have a doctorate? I think he did, actually. But, oh my god, it is the Bond doc. Like James Bond. Oh my fucking god, I've been saying it wrong. Again, I don't know how you people keep... There's so many mobile suit names. How do you people get them all in order? How do you keep track of them? Bond is not the Bond dog. It is not... It says doc right here. I can... Listen. I'm not very good at it, but I can read. Hold up, it's not focusing properly. I can still read. It is a space rabbit lobster. I've never made the rabbit connection. Well, now I want it because of Pipkin Pippa, son of a bitch. I want to have it just so I can use it and go beep, 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 beep. But, okay, let's actually do the proper comparison. Actually, it's a little bit... Are you a little bit taller? Hold up. You are. You are a little bit taller and your groin is not locked in for some reason. Okay, sorry about that. No! So the thing that was meant to hook his groin in came off. Not really sure what to do about that. I need to take his chest off apparently. But yeah, I know you can't see, but I needed to do it too. Like, he's a little bit taller, which means he's a little bit closer to a perfect grade, but I need to actually take off his chest because we just ran into our first issue. And that is the thing that's literally designed to hold him together came off. There we go. We lift this up and then we hook it in. Okay, I don't know why that came off. That was a little weird. Let me get a normal sized mobile suit and let me get a master grade. I think you know what master grade I'm going to get, so it's going to actually be a bad size comparison, but I don't care. Autism, yeah, that's what it is. Honestly, when the rebrand happens, we're actually probably going to get even more autistic. I'm not going to lie. We're probably going to get even dumber. It is an upside down bathtub. Do you think Taft could fit in it? That's the question we need to ask. Okay, so here it is next to our smallest high grade. Bap. Our sweet baby boy, the F91. Honestly, I thought the F91 would look smaller compared to him. In all honesty, hold up. Wait, let's get a normal mobile suit in. There we go. Actually, wait a minute. I mean, the F91 still doesn't look that. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, there we go. Yeah, this is gonna convey how tiny the F91 is. So here's the master grade F91, my beloved, my favorite master grade I have yet built. We've yet built on stream though. It's always the F91. Well, I got out the high grade first, but here's the F91 master grade, and you can see doesn't even make it to the waist. And I feel like this is more a size comparison to show how tiny the F91 is, but whatever. But here is the Kasi Gundam, which is our next biggest Gundam. And as you can see, this 1/44 scale is bigger than this dude. But there is that. Here's the Kasi Gundam. They're at the same height right now. The Kasi Gundam barely makes it to his waist. You're not transformed. Okay, well. I know the perfect size comparison. Come on. Be a friend. Be a friend. Come on. Okay, you know, fuck it, that works. Sorry for cursing. But here it is next to the in-flight mode Zeta Gundam. And I kind of never appreciated how long the Zeta Gundam is in flight mode. Ooh, they're not really being captured on screen, so let me... Thing is, it's so big, it's hard to capture it all. Ball! You're right. I can have him hold the balls, but the tip of the gun is... Here. Maybe this will convey it better. Here they are, side by side. And I've never really appreciated just how big it is in flight mode. And, you know, for an alternate mode, here is the real grade Zeta Gundam. Disassembled, fuck that thing. Worst build of my life because it's just boring. But the ball, you're right. How big is it compared to the ball? Ooh. You're going back on the wall. You're going back on the wall of shame. But the ball's pretty small. Throw the ball. Can you hold the ball? Can you... Actually, that's a good question. Can he... Oh, yeah, you can put your arms in. Okay, we're cooking. We're cooking. We're cooking. We're cooking with fire. We're cooking with propane and propane accessory. Yes. 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 Yeah. He can hold... He can hold him. Chat, I give this to you. I give you my ball. Cradle it gently, chat. I give this to you. You dropped this, babe. You dropped this. Ooh. Yeah, that is, but it is a wonderful piece, and I can't wait to have it on display. I'm not really sure where I'm gonna put it with, but it feels really satisfying. It actually has some nice articulation for for what it is. It has a nice double elbow bend, which is a lot better than the original Psycho Gundam only had a single elbow bend and it was awful. Interestingly, let me see if I can show you this. The hands are actually the same mold, or almost the same mold. They just changed the back of the hand, but I hope you can see this. Here's this hand, and here's this hand, right? And the back is different, but if I flip it over, I notice this. They're the same. The fingers, the thumbs, the hand. Oh, no. There's a little bit of a difference. This hand is rounded while this one is angled right here on the palm. It's hard. Hold up. Let me see if I can adjust the light a little. Okay, that's a lot better. But like the hands are almost identical. The fingers look like they have almost the same mold. There's a little bit of detail added to it, but it looks like it's almost like more of a modified mold. It looks like it's a modified mold from this than something completely new, which is really interesting. Wait, a clip. Wait, what do you do? Zaku kicks the ball. Oh my god. Wait, was it a Zaku that kicked the ball or a Gelgoog? I know it kicks it into a GM, which is just so sad. Ooh. But it looks actually, yeah, there's a little bit of difference, but the hands are molded very similarly, but I think they might be modified and not made from the ground up. Ooh. Maybe they are new. But it's a very nice kit, and I really, really am happy with this. This guy, actually, one of the biggest things is when you pick this guy up, it feels heavy, but not like, it doesn't feel like it's gonna collapse under its own weight. This guy, yeah, I feel like I couldn't say that better myself. I didn't touch it. All I did was grab it, and then I did that. I grabbed it, and then I did that. Wait, I did that. I lifted it up a little, and it just falls over under its own weight. This guy is not the most stable. He's a good, he has nice shelf presence, but I said this when I built it, and I stand by it. If you want the Psycho Gundam as like a display piece that you're going to have up and then never touch again, you want it as a collector's piece, oh yeah, get it. It's fun. It's nice. If you want it as like a Gunpla to build, as something satisfying to have in your collection, there's not really much of a point. It's not something that you're gonna, unless you're a fan of it already and you want it just to have it. It's literally high grade 049. It's old as hell. It really shows its age. Transforming it, I've never bothered because it's just such a bitch. It was a Zaku. I also like this clip of the one Zaku pushing the other one out. Like, they're both hiding in a hole and one Zaku pushes the other one out. Like, hey, he's like, hey, go fight and die. And then a missile goes past the Zaku that got pushed out into the hole and blows up the Zaku that like was hiding in the hole. I really like that one. What are you doing with that ball, Zaku? Returning it to the Federation? That's actually really clean, I'm not gonna lie. Ooh. Actually, let's look at the... Okay, so here, one of the biggest problems I had with this kit is, like, the back. Like, this just looks awful. Like, let's just be real for a moment. This just looks so empty and awful. And then you can give him a little hood, which makes him look stupid. But, like, the back was really underwhelming to me. Like, this is, like, supposed to be mechanical detail, and it just doesn't feel impressive. Let's look at the back of you. That looks so much better immediately. That looks so much better. How this flows into the overall body. How there's no, like, ugly negative space. Like, if you look directly into it, you can see it doesn't look the best. But how often are you... Like, you're never going to display it in a way where you're going to be looking directly down. And so, from any reasonable perspective, it looks good. Its thrusters look good. The detail on the back of its the back of its legs looks so much better than this weird exposed metal. Ooh. That now, like, that for its day probably looked nice and detailed, but now it just looks like really simplified. God, I'm really happy I got this, and I'm really happy I built this. Ooh. Yeah, don't worry, I'll get smacked. Ooh. But yeah, that is the build. I am happy with this. We'll do a little bit of touch-up on Wednesday and hopefully start the Manrodi. Or maybe in the next 2 days I can watch all of Gundam X and then finally finish the Gundam X. Chat, do you think I can watch 20 episodes? Can you think while being busy I can watch 20 episodes of Gundam in like... Wait, no, I only need to watch like 15 episodes. Do you think I can watch 15 episodes of Gundam in like... No, wait, no, it is 20 episodes, son of a bitch. Well, it's not happening. Oh god, I need to finish Gundam X. It is quickly becoming my white whale. Yeah, I'm excited for the Monkey Roadie. I hope that I can find one in the wild, but I might order it online if I can't. But, with all that said and done, I'm gonna wave you goodbye. I say this as though like I'm about to end stream abruptly, but that's not what we're doing. I'm gonna look for a place to send you guys off to. I'm really happy I went with the blue. I went with like the blue and highlights as a callback to the Psycho 1, which I used blue as for panel lining. And I'm happy I did. It creates like a consistency between the two kits. And if you're curious as to why I panel lined it in blue, it's for Masamon 4. Because her new type glow is blue, and I thought that would be really nice to do. And actually, a fun fact is that is the first I've actually ever painted a kit. The Psycho Gundam is. Which is one of the biggest reasons why I'm like so happy to compare them. To see like how much things look better. Like it's not like in big ways, but it's just the paint just looks better where it is, and the color separation that's already on the kit helps. But it's just, oh look at me, I look so happy. Zig Zion! Yeah, I hope you guys take care as well. Let me look for a place to send you guys out to. I say raid for YouTube, but I can't raid. I look like I might be a little high right now. I look like I just saw the finest ass I've ever seen in my life. Oh my god. Let me get this for you guys. Okay. Loading. No, don't play that. Oh my god, I didn't play It Do Be Like That, Mr. Stancil. Oh my god, and I can't play it now because I'd have to set it up, but like, I just, like, there's an AI video, which I know, ooh, AI, but like, where it's just a parody video, it's just a shit post, and it's really funny. I've been listening to it all day. It's just called It Do Be Like That, Mr. Stancil, and it's just a video making fun of a keyboard warrior. It's really good. Ooh. I'm gonna link it in chat in case you want to see it. But I'm gonna link it in YouTube and I'm gonna link it in Twitch just for like redundancy. Ooh, Twitch doesn't like it when I do that, but I honestly don't care anymore. It's just so random. There's a line in it where there's an amazing line where a character just says, "They call me Wigga Whale," and I'm just like, oh my god. It's just, I have to remember to start stream next time with us watching that. No, I cannot link you to Airy singing I Trust You. That doesn't make sense. Who's streaming right now? For the love of God. Ooh! Ooh, Peak is streaming right now. Ooh, one of my favorite VTubers is streaming right now. Ooh. Ooh. She's like a less cursed version of Airy. Oh, yeah. Oh, well, actually, that's usually what I say, because I don't like to say hit the like, but I prefer to say, I hope you liked the stream as much as I enjoyed doing it. Because I just don't like, but yeah. Thank you guys very much. Here's the actual stream link. This is Elden Ring Night Rain being played by SS Issa. I like SS Issa a lot. She's a very fun, like, lighthearted VTuber. I think you guys will like her. A lot of you guys like Airy. She has a very similar energy to Airy. She doesn't say things nearly as cursed as Airy, but, like, it's still fun. And for Twitch, I'm going to link out for you guys as well. Let me find someone to send you guys off to on Twitch. She does not simul-stream. I'm so sorry for that. Let me see. Let me, actually, I'm just gonna check miniatures. I don't know what she's doing, but she's building something. I'm gonna send you to this person. I was gonna send you to the first person I see. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, I think that's the best we're gonna do. So I'm gonna send you to this person who's also building something. I don't know what they're building, but I hope you can enjoy it. Ooh. But I'm gonna call it there, and I'm gonna go to the ending screen, and I'm just gonna say what we have left to do this week. Tomorrow we're doing Gorilla. Ooh. Yeah, no, well, you're welcome for the stream. I hope you can join us some point in the next couple of days. Almost said next week like an idiot. But we're probably going to play like 5 hours of Alien tomorrow, because I have to finish Alien on Friday, and I still have to get through 2/5 of the game. So I'm probably gonna play it for 5 hours tomorrow so we can finish it on Friday. Then we're going to do probably more Psycho Gundam on Wednesday, or start the Man Roadie. On Thursday, we're gonna do spooky karaoke. We're gonna just, do thriller, all that, all the stereotypical stuff. And then on Friday, we're gonna finish, or we're gonna play our last do of Alien Isolation. And if we don't beat it this year, I don't know, we'll play it next year with a heart monitor. But in the meantime, I want you guys to have a great day, a wonderful life, and remember, do not lose your head. This has been Merrick Vesper signing off from me to you. I should have just ended it there, but I'm just trying to think of it. There's always like the epilogue where I just talk to myself for a minute. Don't worry about it. It's pointless information, but the hell are we doing in November? I just realized that. Well, we're building Gunpla in November. What past that? We can't do Blade Runner next month because that has to wait until my rebrand, so we can't do that next month. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing next month. I guess I have something to do this week. Bye bye.